Wow. Now that's something weird. How do you think those got up there?
Oh yeah, they're in perfect condition too.
I think I remember seeing this where I used to live. Just a pair of lone shoes up on the power line.
How do you suppose they got there?
That's how I figured it. See, life does strange things to people, and
I've known that since I was really little. Things like this, it's like a symbol. Question's always, who did it and why? I never really knew until a few years back I was going to my guitar lessons. Positive I saw the guy who does it. He was old, kind of homeless looking. He had a shopping cart full of shoes and that was it. I don't know, I just watched him for a little while and the whole time he just kept looking up. I don't know what came over me or what I was smoking that day, but for some reason I just wanted to be a part of it, So I took off the shoes I was wearing and I gave them to him.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I walked home to my sock feet that day. 'Cause you see, I think that's what he's trying to do,
he's putting shoes up on a power line just to try to make a difference.
Making a difference how exactly, other than the fact that people need to buy new shoes?
Have you ever heard the saying, if your feet guide your mind and sadness is all you find, then it's your shoes that did the crime?
No. God, no. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Just think about it for a second. Feet guiding the mind. It's like he's trying to get rid of the thing that aids us in the wrong direction, keeping us going in the right direction. It makes sense to me.
Well, what the hell?
How can I explain this? He wants us to go the right direction, as a human race kind of, I think it's genius personally. He just realized how far from the truth we've all gotten.
Yeah, okay. That's an interesting theory and all, but I have a theory of my own, actually.
Really? Well, let's hear it.
Growing up, you weren't the only one who saw these strange things. I think we all see weird stuff, but, as we grow older, we just stop taking notice, right?
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I saw the same old man with a shopping cart, except I get to talk to him, because I was suspicious as to whether he was actually the one putting them up there in the first place. It was always my theory. He was probably taking them down so he could pawn them off for money.
Yeah.
So I asked him one day while I was playing ball hockey.
What'd you ask him?
Well, I asked him why he put some of his shoes in power lines. See, I didn't want to ask him if. I wanted him to think I was already onto him.
Ah, good thinking. So, what did he say?
Well, he said, people always forget.
People always forget. That's not an answer.
Think about it, Mark. You think a guy who puts shoes on power lines is just going to have a simple answer? His reason for doing it is like the reason he gave me. It's like saying so much without saying anything at all.
Uh-huh, right. So what exactly is he saying then, Jeff?
People forget. What is the biggest thing that people forget?
I don't know, take the garbage out?
Yeah, exactly. Dead on, He puts shoes on power lines to help remind people to take their stinking garbage out.
Yeah.
Look, there is a reason to his madness, and that in itself is one of the reasons. First off, it reminds us that we as people are just small in this great universe we live in. It reminds us that the world doesn't revolve around us. It reminds us that there's limits to our power and knowledge, and most importantly of all, it reminds us that we as individuals are special, and that we've also forgotten where we've come from.
Wow. That's touching, man. Okay, so maybe there's, a little bit of truth to what you're saying, but here's my question for you. How does putting shoes on a power line explain that, huh?
What better way could you think of? One, it's so close yet so far away. You can see it, but it's almost impossible to grasp it. But beyond that, it gets us looking up. Looking up is the one thing that people just don't do enough of, because when you look up, you see the sky, the stars, and the vastness of the universe. And not only that, sure, you could see those shoes, and maybe you can get them down, but there is no way in hell you will ever reach the edges of the universe. And it's all just there so we have something beautiful to look at. So, I gave him my shoes too, just so I could be a part of something.
Really?
Yeah.
I still like my explanation better.
Yeah, right. Mine was much more plausible.
Says you.
Says many.
Excuse me.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Did you not see the shoes?
Oh, I see shoes like that all the time. I just don't pay attention anymore.
You see shoes like that all the time?
Oh yeah, constantly. They're everywhere. That old man, like, lives downtown under the bridge or whatever. He's always throwing them up there.
Yeah, but why?
Well, it's like that the old saying, you know, like, the man with no shoes cried until he met the man with no feet.
I don't think I've heard that.
Yeah, actually, I have heard that before. It means no matter how bad things get, things can always be worse.
Yeah, it's true. It's like that. He's just trying to show people that, you know, no matter how bad you got it, you know, somebody's got it worse. Like, I mean, somebody's walking around with no shoes. That's gotta really suck.
That's true.
So, like, I saw him the other day down there, and it sounds crazy, but I just gave him a pair of shoes, you know? I just wanted to be part of something.
Huh.
Anyway. See
Thanks
you
a
kids
lot.
later.
Yeah, see ya. Excuse me. Did you see the shoes?
Oh, didn't notice. Last time I seen something like that was when I was little. Such a strange sight.
How do you suppose they got up there anyway?
I know. It's that man with the shopping cart. He's been doing it all over town.
Yeah, that's what we think. Why do you think he does it?
Well, in my opinion, it's to let people know that not everything has to make sense or have an explanation. He just wants people to accept the things that can't be explained in their lives. Actually, I've seen him before. I had a pair of old shoes on, and I don't know what came across me, but I took them off and I gave them to him. I guess I just wanted to be a part of something. Something that makes no sense, but means so much, you know?
Yeah.
It shows that we're all on the same page, I guess.
Hmm.
Well, I gotta go.
Okay, see ya.
See ya. Have a nice day.
You too.
Maybe he's just crazy.
Maybe. My neck is really hurting though.
Yeah. And don't we have jobs we're supposed to be at?
Oh. Ow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
let's-
not. Yeah.